What's going on, everyone? This is Iris, and like I said on the last video, I'm going to try to get a little bit more involved and talk about a lot of the current events that are going on. I'm going to try to get back into it a little bit more, be a little bit more consistent for you guys, especially anybody new that's come along. I did gain a couple of subs, not sure where you came from, but thanks for coming. I appreciate it. So first thing I'm going to get involved with is let's talk about this Sniper Wolf and Censor and Yanet thing and all over drama alert. And you know, it's very interesting. It's literally like a high school fight. If you guys remember back in high school where girl like boy, boy like girl, and then there was somebody in the middle and friends would say, it's literally like high school bullshit. And I don't even know why anybody gives a fuck. But I understand that there's a market for this stuff on YouTube and on Twitter. You know, the drama sells, it gets views, it gets subs, everybody's gonna use it. I'm using it, you know what I mean? Somebody might see the title and thumbnail and may have clicked on this just because of that. And it's clickbaity, it gets people in, and you know, that's you know, I don't know if they're staging the whole thing or if they're not. You can never really tell with a lot of this stuff, because even when somebody comes out saying that here's proof and you know they're going to show you these text messages, you have no idea how long this stuff might have been in the works. But if it is true, I mean, why even bother with it? But you know, it's crazy. I don't even know why I'm talking about it, but it's something that's current. My opinion on it, it's bullshit. I could care less, but I understand why people are gonna milk it. You use it to your advantage if you can. I'm doing it. You know, there's a lot of other people doing it, but at the end of the day, the actual content of what's going on really doesn't make a difference in anybody's life at all. So that's all I'm going to get into with the whole Sniper Wolf and Doug thing. I mean, Doug seems like a nice guy. He's from around here in New York. I don't follow any of those pro guys or anything like that, but videos that I have seen of him in the past that he's done, seems like a genuine nice guy. You know, I don't know who's lying, this and that, but if it did go down like each side is saying it went down, it's kind of fucked up on Leah's part to say a lot of that stuff, and then to even, you know, get Yanet involved and all that when she wasn't even around during a lot of that stuff. So that's it for that. The other thing, obviously another clickbaity thing that's kind of taken over the YouTube scene right now is this Jake Paul guy and his brother Logan, but more so Jake. To be honest, I kind of knew Jake Paul from, not personally, but I knew of him because my daughter watches Bizarrevark, and I knew that, you know, him and his brother, they did the whole Vine thing, and he crossed over, and then he was on this Disney show. And if you haven't seen it, if you got little kids, you know, around 5, 6, 7 years old, Bizarrevark, it's kind of a funny show. It's literally a parody of YouTube. Like, you know, instead of Google, the corporate HQ is called Google. I mean, it's very funny if you know, even as an adult watching it and knowing a little bit about YouTube and Google and watching how they do the parody. It's one of those kid shows that the adults pick up the adult humor in it, the very subtle, but you kind of pick it up. But yeah, this dude is like crazy all over YouTube. His name's popping up everywhere. It's trending. Everybody's doing it. Keem's doing it. This guy's doing it. I'm doing it. You're doing it. And you know, listen, I mean, what else can I say? I mean, it's kind of unfortunate that this is what YouTube has become, including the Sniper Wolf stuff and Doug stuff, and then this Jake Paul guy. But at the same time, this is what it is. Whether you like it or not, when something like this blows up and goes viral, if you're looking to get views and you're looking to drive people to your channel, this is the kind of stuff that you have to like be on top of, talk about, thumbnail about, title about. This is the kind of stuff that you have to use. Doing it the old way, how, you know, I may have seen back in the day, or what I'm used to, even like a lot of the bigger guys, it just doesn't work if you're looking to grow. Plain and simple, it doesn't. You've got to be on top of what's viral, what's trending every day, clickbait the shit out of it, and get those views towards you. Now, the Jake Paul phenomenon as a whole, I mean, listen, how old is he? 20 years old? I mean, he's living the life that probably any 20-year-old is going to want. You know, he's got girls after him. He's got people throwing money at him. The only unfortunate thing that I've really noticed is, I guess his neighbors are kind of pissed off at him because a lot of the shit that he does. And to be honest, that, you know, if he could, you know, pull that back a little bit and maybe not be so disruptive to the neighborhood and non-related to what he's doing people around him, you know, really at the end of the day, what's the real problem? The shit that he did with Post Malone, that was kind of shitty, and the company who was doing his merch, who gave him that information, that's really shitty. I mean, Post Malone obviously has, I'm sure, some kind of legal case against that, and you know what, to be honest, he should pursue it. I mean, it's kind of fucked up what they did, showing his address, where he lives, and things like that. I mean, you know, unless you're one of those people who, you know, kind of promotes where you are and doesn't really care if they know where you live. It sounds like he, you know, kind of wanted that privacy. He didn't want people to know where he was, and now it's out there. Pretty unfortunate, but as a whole, listen, he's doing his thing, whether you like it or not. It's going to be there. It'll probably phase out in a couple of months, probably another 2 or 3 months. It'll die down because there'll just be something else that'll take that spot in the trending and viral section of YouTube, and you know, and I'm going to try to stay on top of this stuff a little bit more. Maybe not just like clickbait the hell out of it, although, as you can tell from my title and thumbnail, I kind of went a little far with this one. But, you know, I don't care, guys. If I get stuff, if I get views and subs, you know, that's cool. But at the end of the day, it's kind of me making fun of what's going on now anyway on YouTube and in the community and what other people are doing. So it's kind of why I went a little bit overboard, especially with the arrow. You guys know I usually don't do stuff like that. But the other thing, the last thing that I'm going to get into, and I got a couple of minutes here before the gameplay in the background is going to end, is the whole transgendered in the military thing. And you could also tell by the thumbnail. I tried to squeeze all of these topics into the thumbnail where the background is like the rainbow flag colors and all that. Transgender in the military. As somebody who has been in the military, I can tell you that at this point in time, and I've been out almost 10 years now, I think. Yeah, this is 10 years that I've been out, actually. The logistics of it are just not there. At the end of the day, I personally could care less what you identify as. I don't care if your name's Bob and tomorrow you want me to call you Billie Jean. I'll do the best I can if I remember, but I really don't care. I don't want you to flaunt it to me. I don't want you to flaunt, you know, that's kind of where I draw the line when they flaunt their sexuality or their identity. It's like, look, just be normal. You're gay, you're gay. Just be normal. You want to be transgender, be transgender. I don't care. But as far as the military goes, the logistics of it, I mean, it was such a hard enough time trying to get women incorporated. Not even just the idea of incorporating women, the bathroom situation, the shower situation, the just everything down to like merchandise in the store, in the ship store or on the base. Like, there's a lot of logistical things that have to happen for some kind of inclusion to happen with a certain group of people, and it's just not ready at that time. It's gonna have to take time if that's where we want to be, right? So they're just gonna have to wait. You know, do we have a third bathroom on ships? Are they going to be allowed on submarines? You know, I'm not too worried about the mental state of it, because listen, I'm sure there's transgendered people that are just as tough as somebody else standing there. I personally can't know that. You know, I don't personally know a transgendered person, at least that I'm aware of. But at the same time, you know, I'm sure there's some of them that are, you know, just as tough and want to fight as much as the next guy. But it's just not logistically possible to do that right now, to just say, okay, they're included and let's go. There's a lot of things to get worked out. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about any of these topics. Obviously, most of you that follow me are old school, so you're probably going to think a lot of it is bullshit anyway. But yeah, I'd be interested, especially on the transgender thing. I know some of you are definitely veterans and are going to have strong opinions on it either way, but let me know. Gameplay is going to be ending in the background. As you can see, I had a nice little match. I lost, as usual. It's just the way it is. And I'll see you guys on the next one. I'll see if I can get something out on the next trending thing that's going. But you guys know me. I'm not going to make this a totally normal thing where I'll be so flashy with it. But I am going to be giving my opinion a little bit more on a lot of the current stuff, just so I can, you know, be with what's going on when it's going on. And I'll see you on the next one. Later.